Greetings, everyone. This is Kim Turcott of kimturcott.com, and I am here today with your Moon Magic energy forecast for the new moon in Pisces, which is happening on February 20th. This new moon is really such a beautiful energy. It's a little bit intense, but also really just amazingly profound. It provides us with an opportunity to, it's almost like a launching point. That's the energy I'm feeling like, but it's not about action. It really is about deep surrender to the divine flow of things. So Pisces is a very spiritual sign, and it's about emotion. And really, this new moon is highlighting intuition. And it's also, we talk about new moons being the time for setting intentions. It's the time for new beginnings, right? Well, this new moon is taking us to that place, to that void where all creation comes from in a deeper way than usual, because Pisces is the last astrological sign. So we've gone through 12 lunations in the astrological year. So we're coming to an end point. And the Pisces new moon is at the moon is in at the first degree of Pisces. So you have that ultimate new beginning energy, but you have also that closing out a cycle energy. So it's really this magical space of, what do you want for your life? And how do you want to move forward? The trick here with this new moon is that it's not necessarily about taking action. It's about taking inspired action, but really what it's about is it's about stillness. It's about listening to that small, still voice within yourself. And then really allowing that voice, like making space for the voice to be heard, and allowing that voice to inform where you go. So it's also about learning to trust your own inner knowing, to trust that the divine flows through you. And then the final step on the journey to that new awakening is to really just surrender to divine flow. This is such a challenge, but it really is a magical place to be. We all, my friends and I have this joke, right? Like, we will all talk about these different instances where we've known something, right? And either we listened or we didn't, but it really was a truth for us. And we'll get together and we laugh and we're like, yeah, we know shit. Like, it's really like this, it's a joke, but not really, And the truth is that we all know shit. We all have that guiding voice and that inner knowing within us. It's just that the noise around us, and quite frankly, our society has taught us not to put much stock in that. So over time, when we're kids, like, our intuition guides us. Like, we see the magic everywhere. We listen, we move in divine flow, right? We're so in touch with our true selves and what we want. And as we grow and as we're conditioned by our environment and our culture, like, we lose a lot of that. And this new moon is calling us to go back to that space of inner knowing, of trusting that inner knowing, and also of surrendering to divine flow. The truth is that if we can imagine something, we can achieve it. We wouldn't even be able to imagine it if it wasn't in the sphere of our ability to have it, right? But how we get there can either be easy and filled with obstacles, or it can flow with ease and grace. It all comes down to how we interact with that dream, with that destination. We can try to control everything. We can try to have a rigid plan and, get from A to Z, and we will get there eventually. But if we try to control everything, we miss out on the ease and grace most of the time, because we only can see, or we only understand what we've experienced, or what the experiences that have come before that now inform the actions we're taking. Does that make sense? So we only know what we know, and we don't know what's beyond that. But when we allow ourselves spaces of stillness, just to listen, to begin to trust what that voice that we hear, that guidance that comes through, when we allow ourselves to acknowledge and witness coincidences and synchronicities that happen to us in our lives, and we allow ourselves to let those things inform our next steps and our actions, that is when things start to open up. Because the truth is that Spirit has a plan for us, and the universe is there to support us in all things. And the universe wants it to be easy for us, but most of the time we get in our own way, because we try to force things, or we try to control it. We try to do what we think we need to do, what we've been told to do, versus listening to what our truth, what our divine inspiration is. And when we can allow ourselves to step into that flow, to surrender, to not have to control, to take the chance on that thing that you keep hearing. This is an ongoing journey for all of us. And sometimes we're really great at it, and sometimes we're not, right? And I can say for myself that in the moments where I really do listen to that voice, because something can be happening. And I'll give you an example. Like recently, there's a program that I'm working on that I want to launch, right? And I keep feeling the need to kind of go at it full force. And the voice that I keep hearing is, okay, just be still, allow space for inspiration to come through. And it's almost that the voice is like, you don't have all the information yet to make it the best that it can be. Now, in the past, I would have just said, well, I want to get this out. I need to get it out, and I'm going to work on it, because if I don't, then I'm slacking, or I'm not, I'm not really as invested as I say I am in my business, right? But the truth is that by taking a step back, by allowing the space for those inspirations to happen, it's going to be better in the long run. And ultimately, it will serve more people that it's meant to serve if I allow it to flow in its own time and space, with listening, paying really close attention to what's going on, what are the signs, what is the direction that I'm being given, and then taking action on that, and allowing the support from that invisible, unseen energy of spirit to guide me. It always works out so much better, and magical things happen when I allow that. But my human self has a really hard time because of all the conditioning that I've experienced over the years. Like if you're not going full force all the time, especially when it comes to business or your career, or like if you're not like all in and always doing all the things, then you're not doing enough. But that's not the truth. that is an illusion that has been created by the conditioning of our culture. So this new moon is about surrendering to spirit, surrendering to the voice within, to trust that that voice, that inspiration knows, and it's here to fully support you on your journey, to make your journey the best it can be, to have the greatest outcome and impact and the most joy and abundance that you can imagine, right? It's about bringing that dream to fruition in the biggest way possible. That is where we're at right now. It's truly about a new way of being. It's about an awakening. Are you willing to create more stillness in your life? Are you willing to give yourself the space to be, to allow yourself to listen, to trust, and ultimately to surrender? Because if you are, life truly will be magical for you. Now, again, you ultimately will get to the destination you're meant to get to, but this way is so much more fun, so much more joyful, and it's filled with so much ease and grace. I really hope that you will take some time to learn to recognize that voice within. If you're new and you haven't worked with your intuition a lot, just allow yourself the space. Maybe get some oracle cards. Just learn to listen. Pay attention to the different things that show up, you know, the little signs and symbols, the cardinal, right? The visit from the relative or the loved one that's passed. A feather that shows you that the angels are supporting you. Whatever your thing is, a certain number on the clock, right? All these things are small signposts that help to guide us along the way. And the more we pay attention to them, the better we get at knowing within us what they mean for us. You know, it's a beautiful journey. And it's time to open yourself up and to step into that. I'm wishing you so much love and joy on your journey. And I just want you to know that as you open yourself and you surrender, it really is truly amazing. Many, many blessings on your path. I'm so grateful that you are here. And as always, if you found any nuggets of wisdom, if you've enjoyed this video, please go ahead and click the like button and click the subscribe button so that you'll be notified every time I announce or I put out a new video. Many blessings on your path. Have a wonderful new moon in Pisces. Blessed be.